All right. Welcome to The Wild Beyond the Witchlight, and welcome to Tabletop Bob. My name is Bob. I'll be your Dungeon Master for this episode. Guys, it's episode 16. It's pretty awesome.
We made it 16 episodes.
We did.
And we finally got a death.
Oh, yeah. Well, we'll have to talk a little bit about death in a moment. Mike, how you feeling today?
I'm feeling all right. Getting ready to try something new.
Feel like a new man.
I was actually playing a pugilist in another game at the same time as this game's going on, so like it's not a huge loss for me.
Oh, you were doubled up.
I was, but I think they both have actually great personalities, but Boppy was certainly all his own.
Of course he was. And yeah, we'll talk a little bit about Boppy in the recap, but it's good to have. Well, I'm excited to see your new character.
Me too.
And I'm sure the audience is too. They can see a little glimpse. They see the name. Actually, I didn't realize that. I maybe should have put a question mark there and then switched it over. But we'll see what Oscar's. We'll see what Oscar's like. I bet he's a grouch. Maybe not.
Copyright pending.
We'll see. We'll see. Welcome to the Twitch chat. Welcome to the YouTube chat. If you don't know, Tabletop Bob is a Dungeons & Dragons 5e live play channel, or at least I think that's what I do most. Check out everything I've got, all my backlog of videos on YouTube, plenty of different playlists for live play games, as well as Dungeon Master guides and resources. And if you're liking the content you see here, don't forget to like and subscribe to the YouTube channel, follow on Twitch. You can also subscribe on Twitch. And if you'd like to support the channel in more direct ways, you can go to our Patreon channel, the account, Patreon. You have plenty of tiers to choose from, different little benefits, little perks. One of them is that you can play a game with me. You can also donate by doing Ko-fi, buying me a nice little cup of coffee. All these funds and proceeds go to helping the channel grow. And if you also want to get some cool merch, like the shirts that we've been wearing, as well as cool Tabletop Bob mugs and things like that, you can go to my wife's Etsy store. All the links are down below in the description. Now, couple of different things going on here on the channel this week. Today is obviously Wild Beyond the Witchlight, episode 16, which we had to skip last week. Oh man, was I exhausted after the Warhammer tournament that our gaming club, Battle for Salvation, ran. So we had to take it 1 week off. I needed one more day of just getting that brain to kind of settle back down to reality. We had a long weekend. So we're back and I'm excited to play. And tomorrow we have another big thing coming on here on the channel, and that would be the epic conclusion to, here it is, Skyhorn Lighthouse. The Secrets of Skyhorn Lighthouse, to be exact, a D&D 5e adventure from the Arcane Library. I've been running this as a YouTuber independent collaboration with Wargamer Fritz, Esper the Bard, Sarah the Hype Goblin, and Jordan from Food Salute. And it's been so much fun playing with these YouTubers and other independent creators. That's coming to an end, though. Most likely, I Christian knows what it's like. I always say one more episode, but I think we're going to finish it this time.
Yep. Like poor Stefano.
Yeah, I was just saying, you really asked Stefano.
Stefano was on for what, 2 episodes, and that turned into 6?
Yeah, well, five episodes. 5 episodes. But it's always fun to have people like Stefano on. We'll see. All right, so a little bit of a recap. Thank you for Christian. You love the pick for Dasha. Do you guys see that? I didn't put the. Hold on, I should put the cam on.
I think it's perfect. When I saw that, I was like, that's exactly the picture I would imagine.
There you go. What do you think? Does that work?
Perfect.
I think it works.
This.
Yeah. I'm going to get confused between Siggy and Lemon now, though. I mean, I feel like there's a lot of similarities now.
You're right, actually. You're right. That's probably the best thing. Yeah, actually, now I'm thinking about it, that does remind me. Tinkerbell does remind me a little of Lemon more than Siggy, but regardless, they're Fae, so it all works out. Disney, please do not shut this down. That'd be great. We're actually due. We talked about this before. It might be better if they shut.
I was going to say, yeah, you get shut down by Disney. That
I don't know.
is
Actually, I don't think that one's going to be as good. Disney shuts down like everything all the time. They're kind of known
Yeah.
for it.
Yeah.
It's better when it's like J.K. Rowling, somebody who like is never involved in this world.
Yeah. True. All right. Well, we'll have to skip off this main screen quickly then. All right. Let's introduce our characters and then we'll dive into the game. We're going to save Mike for last. And Mike, when I come to you, I'm going to ask you to give me very minimal information. All right. Very minimal, because we're going to meet your character, a bit more like your class and race and things like that. But we'll meet your character in game most likely. Let's see. Dasha is not here. So we'll have to skip Dasha. But Dasha's playing the fairy rogue, Siggy. She's going to be kind of more in the background today. She knew she couldn't make it tonight, so we were playing without her. But let's jump over to Christian. Christian, who are you playing?
All right, hi everyone. I'm playing Boomy, the Admar cleric. Just, we got beat up pretty badly the last game, so I don't know how we're gonna really come back from this. I'm not over Boppy. I'm not over it. Boomy wants to do anything he can do to get him back.
Exactly. Yeah, you do. You really do. You want to get a Boppy back. Boppy turned to stone in the last episode. You were fighting the hag, Bavlorna, and Mike, you failed all your death saves, so Boppy died. And when you die in Hither, strange things happen, or Prismere, I should say. Strange things happen, and your body was petrified. So you are forever encased in stone. Although Bavlorna seems to think that there's a way to get you back, or at least that's what she told the group. We'll see. Randall, who we playing?
Hello, I am Randall. I am playing Quentin Queen, the, now I can say, Eloquence Bard, because I finally have my subclass. A human Eloquence Bard who grew up in the Feywild, had some bumped head with Boppy a lot, but there became a decent kinship there. But he is immediately over him and is moving on quickly. Live and let die. So,
God, body's, well, no, I was gonna say body's still warm, but he's a rock. So
no, yeah, however much heat stone retains, that's how warm he is.
wow.
No, Quentin will miss him and has already tried to put in place a full frog assault on the witch's den to help get him back.
If Quentin was any friend at all, he would certainly write a song about his good friend Boppy.
It very possibly would happen.
Yeah, I expect some poems, some songs of immense healing power.
Some
Boppy.
immense healing for the group at least.
Yeah, not for Boppy, because
not for Boppy. He's dead.
Because he's dead.
Because he's dead. And so we go to Mike. Mike, actually, you know what? I'm rethinking it. I'm thinking we don't introduce your character at all until we get to you.
Okay.
Turn off your camera. Get out of here. Get out.
I know. Bobby
Don't turn off the
said
camera.
he would get mad if I turned the camera off. It ruins everything.
Yeah.
All right, go upstairs.
No.
Go.
Yeah, well, whatever you do, don't turn that camera off, because we do not want to mess up all the screens. But yeah, everyone, we're going to dive into The Wild Beyond the Witchlight. I'm excited. Here we go. Got some Feywild music here.
Okay. Well, so since I'm not here yet, I'm actually going to feed the dogs when we get started. Is that all right?
That actually is fine.
All right.
Do not
perfect.
turn the camera off, but you're good.
No, I'm just going to mute myself.
Thank you. All right, everybody. Last time we left, your good friend Clapperclaw dropped you off. He navigated the hot air balloon and landed you in through the mountains, over the mountains, I should say, and through the thick fog that covered the next, I wouldn't say domain, but the next region of the domain of Prismere. Thither. For what it's worth, again, directional, the normal directional means that you would travel by are they mean very little here in Prismere, but you traveled northeast over the mountains, and once you landed, you thought that this was probably the closer to a Feywild domain that you'd have imagined. You know, hither was all swampland and rising waters. You had a difficult time traversing through. It wasn't the magically enchanted forest that you kind of would picture. However, here and thither seems to be just that. The areas are lush. You can see that there's tons of greenery, rising hills, dense woods, and there's a sense of what you would have considered to be the more enchanted forest before you. However, Clapperclaw did put you down in what seems to be sort of like a hilly area. You have a couple of different peaks around you. But to the north, just maybe a mile away, you could see a large cave opening through, again, on the hilltops. And Clapperclaw said that he knows that person. An old man named Nib. Nib is a human, and he generally treats people right. So he said maybe you can hang out with him for a little bit. But the whole Feywild is before you. So, Christian, Randall, I'm going to switch over to our Roll20 view, and then we'll get started. You can tell me what you'd like to do. There we go.
What time of day is it, by the way?
It's a great question. In Prismere, it's constantly
Like
dusk.
Twilight.
Yeah,
Yeah.
twilight.
I forgot
So
that that's a
it's-
Feywild.
Yeah. Or at least here it is.
And I remember we had just gotten a rest, so it doesn't. Well, I suppose should we go talk to Nib? We don't really have any other leads other than Nib.
I will also say you were tasked by Bavlorna to do something. You were tasked to
Yeah,
go
but we
find
don't
your
really
sister.
know where that is.
Correct. Yeah.
Have to get the painting, right?
Yeah, we have to get the painting from her sister, not Moongrave, the other one.
The one from the book, the one on the cover of the book. The big witch.
The big witch.
I'm thinking like,
There's
what
the
is
good witch, the bad witch, and the big witch.
The big witch.
the famous one?
It's Nightshade. Oh no, yeah, Nightshade.
Granny
Yeah,
Nightshade is the ruler of thither, yes.
Yeah. So we gotta get the painting from Granny.
Oh, that's right. I
Gabitha Nightshade.
I thought it was the fourth sister. I got confused there for a second.
Oh, gotcha. No, that was fourth sister. Wasn't it
right?
It's literally Tasha, right?
Yeah.
The fourth sister was Tasha, yes.
Yep. Okay,
Yeah.
that's what I was thinking. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna agree with when we, I really don't know where to go except there.
Did Clapperclaw? He just told us that he knows Nib. He didn't tell us like, hey, Nib has like really great muffins, or like he didn't give us anything like specific about Nib. Just that he's a cool dude.
Just that he's friendly. Yeah.
Okay. All right, then to Nib.
Do we know what he looks like?
I think we just know he's
No.
a human, right?
He's human. An older human.
Okay.
Old human.
An old human. All right. So let's move the token. Can you navigate the token? I forget.
Oh, I actually didn't see it. I thought we were on a black screen because I was scrolled too far up.
I was able to move it.
Yes, I can move it as well.
So move yourselves towards the cave opening.
Oh, I didn't even realize that was the cave opening.
Gotcha. There you go.
Here we go.
So, as you're headed through the forests here, you can, I'll tell you a couple things about the setting that you may want to know, just to keep in mind some of the features here. All right. So this is clearly an enchanted forest. You get the sense of that. You actually do hear like the sounds of animals, birds running about. You can probably catch a glimpse of some sort of woodland creature, but they stay away from you, pretty clear of you. You also see lots of different foliage. You see different mushrooms and fungi, and the forest is not in any sort of disarray like hither was. The trees all seem to be healthy and growing, well, as magically naturally as they can. But as you're passing through, you can see something foreign on one of the trees up ahead of you. Something catches the light of the twilight sky, kind of glistens off of it. Looks like some sort of posting.
I will go up to it and investigate it.
Yeah, you traverse through the thick forest, and you can see one of the trees ahead of you, a large, tall, what seems to be maybe like an oak tree. Right about eye level is a poster. The poster reminds you a lot of a wanted poster, actually, because there is a picture of a individual's face and the word wanted above it. I'm actually going to show you a picture of it. I believe that there is a player handout for this. Nope. Awesome. There is, I swear to you. But you know how Roll20 loves me when I look for
Roll20,
handout.
a great application for
Probably
playing
labeled
all sorts of
free.
TTRPGs. Please sponsor this program.
There you go. Can you see it now?
Is that Carrot Top?
You do see it then. It is.
I do
Carrot
see
Top.
it. It's a little. It's hard. Oh, I have to switch it to my other monitor because I can't really see it. Now I
It
can see
says
a little bit.
wanted, Will of the Feywild, special offer. It says bring this. I believe I'm going to read it from my. Yes, here it is.
Impetuous? Is that what it says? Impetuous
yeah,
brat?
it says impetuous brat to me, and you can claim one item of your choice from my workshop. Granny Nightshade is the sign off there.
So we just have to kidnap a kid and bring her to an old lady, and she'll give us like a weird toy car. That sounds like a valid quest.
What could go wrong?
This is
Seems
certainly
like
why
nothing.
I signed up to be an adventurer.
I feel like I would point the sign out to Quentin and just sort of meant, does this ring any bells? Like, do you have any knowledge of these type of postings?
Well, not to blow the mind, but typically when someone wants someone else to be found and they don't know how to find them, they will express that want through a wanted poster. It appears that Granny Nightshade wants Will of the Feywild, which I think is a bit redundant, because we're here. I mean, you can just call him Will. But, yeah. I'm going to just reach over and just take the posting down and just kind of fold it and put it in my pocket.
Yeah, good idea. So you rip off the piece of paper from the tree, fold it up, put it away, and you tuck it aside for later. Christian, we'll say that Siggy at this point motions over to you and says that I'm going to do my best Dasha here.
Oh,
Best
do
Dasha
it.
impression, but
Do your best Dasha doing Siggy.
doing Siggy. Oh boy,
Yeah.
here we go.
That's the trick. That's the trick.
This is the content people subscribe for.
Yeah. I could do her Velen Harpel so well. It's that Russian.
You just have to have a little tiny bit of Irish twang on it.
Boomy, I'll why don't I go foraging? I'll go looking for those special leaves that we ate and we all enjoyed. Well, what do you say?
Been here 4 minutes and you're already trying to get high.
Well,
I'll mention.
we'll need
I'll
food
mention.
and sustenance. My
Drugs are
brother
not
Rowan,
food.
my
And this
brother
is coming
Rowan-
from me. I now feel responsible. I am the only adult here now.
my brother Rowan and I used to find leaves all the time in the woods. I could do that.
Well, there's a difference between lettuce and herb. There's a quite a significant one, actually.
I'm gonna
If
jump
you
in
go and
and
find us some nice cabbage, that's a bit different.
when I hear that she wants to do that, I'm gonna say, I'm pretty sure I saw some cool looking mushrooms over there when we walked by.
I'll go looking for them then. All right.
Take Lemon with you.
Okay. Come on, Lemon.
Keep an
Yeah, we
eye
can
on
go
her,
get
Lemon.
some-
Not that you're going to be more responsible, but
I'll keep an eye on her. All right. I'll be good.
all right. Don't go too far.
We'll meet you back at the cave. All right. We'll meet you back there. All right. So Lemon and Siggy are going to go off do some foraging. We'll see what awesome plant life they bring back this time. The two of you can head on to the cave. I'll read you what you see when you get there.
Sorry, the poster, was this like posted at the cave, or was this just posted on our way?
On your way.
Okay.
Mhm.
Want to make sure that it's not like this dude is like advertising for Granny Nightshade.
No, it actually seems like it's just like some random tree. Like you only saw this one, and
Are we
you
on a
haven't
path?
seen any yet.
I was about to ask that. Are we on some sort of path, or are we, can I do
It
a
does-
survival check or
It
something?
probably does. You can give me a survival check, sure. But it probably does look like this has been traversed before.
Okay.
Even
So it's not
without
just like every tree in the forest is like one of these online. If I do see any more, I am going to take them down, though.
Okay,
Well, there's my nat 20 for the game on the.
there you go.
We are indeed on a path.
So what I'll tell you is that as you get closer to the cave, you can see that there is clear footprints that lead to the cave entrance, to and from. And I'm telling you, while these trails look like they're well traversed, it looks like the steps are almost identical. It looks like there's multiple steps in the same footprint, almost like they're hiding numbers. You would suspect that many people were doing this to hide numbers.
Really helpful information. That is actually a really good survival check. Holy shit.
There we go. I thought it was going to be a wasted 20, but there we go.
Do you tell me that? Or
Yeah.
No,
yeah,
of
yeah,
course
yeah.
not.
I mean, it's up to you.
No, I would definitely.
He
I
tells
definitely
Siggy.
would tell.
Yeah. He leaves, goes find Siggy, tells her, and then comes back.
I just look really sad. Like, this is the part where I tell Boppy that I see these tracks, and it looks like they're hiding numbers. And then he says something really sarcastic and mean. Oh.
Speaking of Boppy, is Mike back yet? I don't know if he. I saw him sit down for a second.
I think he just
stepped away.
stepped back away.
But yeah, I would tell Quentin that it looks like there's multiple tracks, and it looks like they're potentially hiding numbers, and it's not just one person or thing.
Oh, good. Mike's back.
Alright.
Perfect.
Well,
You're following the trail, Christian. Boomy, I should say. And you tell Quentin what you've seen. And when you get closer to the cave, like you're now, the cave entrance is visible. It's within maybe like 100 feet of you. Approaching the cave from the north is a human. Could this be Nib? No, couldn't be. Looks much younger than what was described to you. Mike, you
like
want
in
to
the same
describe
direction as us?
coming the opposite direction from you? He's coming from the north, and you are coming from the
Oh,
south.
gotcha.
Mike, do you want to describe your character to the group? They see you outside of
You're muted.
Nib's cave.
Yes. Okay. Yeah, of course I'll describe my character, though I will note that much younger is probably not the greatest description. So what you see walking towards you is a tall, slender, bookish man. Human, obviously. Probably somewhere in his maybe mid 40s or so, slightly graying hair, thin spectacles, a neatly trimmed beard of again kind of like that like salt and pepperish going on. Dressed fairly nice, I would say, not really commoner's clothes, maybe a step above that. And walking next to him is a kind of lanky, dumpy looking weird golem of some kind. It looks like it's been cobbled together with bits of metal and wood and whatever else could be conjured up and turned into some sort of walking creature.
So that's what you see in front of you, you two. And it's only you two.
I just kind of leaned to Boppy or Boomy. That's gonna keep happening.
Ooh, it hurt. It hurt right here. Too soon.
It doesn't help that you guys have like the same name. You're off by one letter.
I'm gonna be honored that you consider me as noble as Bobby.
Well, you're also a literal monarch, and he was a janitor. So, but he's gonna lean over. Should I kill it?
You monster.
Am I in range to hear?
Yeah,
this?
it's like a whisper. This is a whisper. Yeah, he's whispering this.
They're about 100 feet from you.
Bobby,
Oscar.
is it safe to assume there's more of those posters in the wood?
I was actually going to suggest that you actually give me a D8, please.
Okay.
And I'm going to say that you have found one of these posters, but your poster's slightly different.
Okay.
What do we got on the D8?
A 7.
A 7. So your poster says, and you could have pulled this from a tree as well, "How dare this ragamuffin defy me? Bring him to me alive and unharmed, and I'll grant you a loyal servant." The fact that you have a loyal servant probably intrigues you, because who doesn't want 2 loyal servants?
And just raising an army of loyal servants.
Custom wrote every single one.
Because I was kind of in and out before when you were describing it. Does it have a name or anything on it, or just a picture?
Let me actually, just give you a brief description of what you see. So the poster consists of a portrait of a boy drawn in ink, above which are the words "Wanted, Will of the Feywild." And
Gotcha. Okay.
it seems like your poster had a different description, but you wouldn't know that.
Same. Yeah.
Yeah.
This fellow seems to be holding up the poster in front of the robot and talking to it, kind of loudly, and saying, "No, Charles, you misunderstand me. This is not who we're looking for. I don't know who this is, though. Have you seen him?" And they'll kind of just like stare quizzically at the mechanical being, which does not respond.
Awesome. So the two of you see this human talking to a robot, or what we would consider a robot, and you may discuss how you want to proceed.
One of those mushrooms I told Figgy to get.
Maybe we don't have to kill it, but I'm still a bit concerned. What is that he's talking to? Have you seen anything like that before?
Do I notice these two, or they're not hiding? Are they?
We're not hiding. We're standing in the middle of the road. We're not talking loudly.
You.
But yeah, we're not hiding that we're here.
Oh, Charles, we have company. Yes. I'll fold up the paper and stick it in her back pocket. Sirs, hello, sirs. Can you spare a moment of your time, perhaps?
He has manners. Well, all right. Yes. Pleasure to meet you. I could easily spare a moment. What is your name, fellow traveler?
Well, maybe you've heard of me. I am Professor Oscar
Who
Tennant.
did he say that to?
And
There was
this
no one to your
here,
left.
and this here, she's just ignoring you, is my loyal servant, Charles. Charles TX100.
Well,
It was
Charles
99
T.
for him.
That was actually going to be my next question. TX?
Yes, I have no idea what it actually stands for. I thought it just sounded nice.
I can't blame you there. It does make it sound like you know what you're doing, although explaining it that way does immediately make me not think that you know what you're doing. But
No, I am a master at my trade. I know how to construct, well, as you've just heard, hundreds of these fine mechanical
100.
frets.
100.
But
Was
I'm
anything-
sure I could do it 100 more times if I needed.
All right. And what did it do?
Well, you could do all sorts of things. Oscar here has been programmed as a defender because I've been lost in these woods for days.
I thought you were Oscar.
I'm sorry, not Oscar. Charles, you're right. Charles. I'm getting used to the names, all right? It's my first time playing this game.
All good.
Immediately losing all of his credibility.
Maybe this is actually on purpose. That's
Yeah.
what I'm playing right there.
Does anything happen if I like? I feel like at this point I would probably approach Charles.
Yes,
Oh,
Charles 99 was actually a waiter that was meant to accompany me to a tea party, but well, the locals aren't really that friendly sometimes.
I'm gonna reach out to like pet Charles or do something. Does anything happen? Does it jump at me? Does it move?
I mean, I guess I describe it, right? So it
Yeah.
probably just turns and looks at you, but maybe it makes like a whirring kind of sound coming from inside of it somewhere, but doesn't actually say anything.
You brought
Yes.
your own waiter to a cocktail party?
Well, yes, I mean, I was the one who was hosting it, or at least I was.
Oh, that makes more sense. All right. I thought you just showed up to a cocktail party with your own waiter. That seemed odd to me. Although, I mean, honestly, I kind of like it. But, pardon my manners. My name is Quentin Queen. I don't have a robot or. It's just me.
Well, tell me, lad, are you a minstrel, perhaps?
I don't particularly like that term to describe myself. I'm a courtier of the summer court.
You're ever more impressive. I'm sorry, I did not mean to belittle you.
Yes. Wow, he actually knows things.
And I'm the monarch.
To be more specific,
Monarch.
the Witchlight monarch, not like other kingdoms.
Yes. I visited the the fair long ago. Yes. Back when it was what town did we start outside of?
Baldur's Gate.
We were outside of Baldur's Gate. Okay. What's the? I can't. My brain is like malfunctioning right now.
Neverwinter.
Neverwinter. Thank you.
Oh,
Neverwinter.
really? I just said another city.
Yeah.
Well, I was literally just thinking of another city.
Neverwinter is a good one.
I was like, there's one with ice, I think.
Sometimes spring,
Hopefully it wasn't Icewind Dale.
always summer. That's not it.
Yes. I visited the fair many moons ago outside of Neverwinter.
Well, I'm glad you enjoyed your time at the fair. I feel like I'm a
That must have
representative
been-
of the fair at this point.
It must have been 7 years ago now.
Mm.
Is. Have you been here ever since?
Oh, I mean, define the term here.
Well, Prismere.
Yes, Prismere. Yes, I've been here for 7 years.
Are you not
By
originally
choice?
from here?
Not quite. I've actually found a few gates out of here, but none of them seem to work for me.
Interesting. 7 years, though. That's quite a long time to make it in Prismere.
Randall, give me an
Well, I mean-
Arcana check.
Absolutely.
When he's doing that, I'm gonna ask if he lives in the cave over there.
16.
16, you would know that when he says, I found many gates to get out of here, you'd assume that he's talking about like a Fey crossing.
Fey crossing.
Perhaps one of, whatchamacallit? I have the name right here. Of course. Just had it, and now it's gone. A fairy ring, which would be, you'd have a ring of those enchanted mushrooms.
Probably.
Yep. Because you noticed mushrooms before.
Yeah.
So I think
So,
the
yes.
question was to you, Mike. Yeah.
Yes. Well, I mean, you adapt, and again, I mean, I've had 99 of these things. There's been loss along the way.
Oh, so it wasn't. You haven't gone through 99 from, testing and they've been destroyed.
Most of them.
By what or whom, might I ask?
I mean, you explore this place long enough, and you'll be bound to walk to all sorts of things. A few of them actually sank to the bottom of the swamp at the other, and will kind of just motion in the direction you came from.
Yes.
Some of them were chased after by giant alligators that were being ridden by frogs. I've dealt with, and then he just starts kind of going through a list of various fey creatures. I don't personally know what he would have encountered, but I'm sure he could probably give you a list of things.
I think we
The
said you've
last
been
King Gullop that you knew.
What gullup are we at?
I think we're at 20 now or something.
20.
I think we were at 19th and then he died. So we're at the 20th now.
King? What do you mean king? Last I heard they had chieftains.
That tracks.
And I went through about 100 of those. So they moved on to the monarchy.
They just keep going up. Yeah. once they hit a centennial, they just change the system. They've gone to feudalism now.
Yeah, we'll also say a couple of them were lost here, and you've been wandering in thither now for a couple of days. Is that correct?
Days, probably longer, but yeah.
Okay, maybe
quite a while.
longer. You've encountered some creatures here as well, goblins as well as blink dogs, and some angry dryads and tree creatures.
Okay. Yeah, so I'll tell you those things.
Do I know, as someone who grew up in the Fey court or a Fey court, would I be familiar with blink dogs and dryads? Because I mean, those are pretty common in Feywild.
I would say you can at least identify them and know the basic description of them. I wouldn't say you know stat blocks or anything like that. But
but I would know blink dogs are typically domesticated by Fey.
Correct.
Okay.
You would know that, and so the idea that they're attacking people, whether they're found in the Fey wild or they have companions with them, or excuse me, I shouldn't say companions, masters with them.
Companions.
I guess they could, yeah. They would be the companion, yeah. So it seems odd to you, yep. But again, everything about these domains seems to be a bit the counter of what you would think. They'd be the counter of what you think of the Feywild. This looks more typical to you, though. You seem to be having a feeling of ease and at home because this sort of terrain reminds you more of a traditional Feywild domain.
Do you know Nib?
I was actually just going to see Nib myself.
Oh. For anything in particular?
Well, I heard he was a man of similar talents to my own, and I thought perhaps maybe he would be able to help me out and try to figure out why I couldn't get the fairy gates to work.
Oh, so you are trying to leave?
Well, yes.
Does Niv live in that cave over there?
I believe he does, right, Bobby?
Yep.
Yes, that would be the place.
I would say you're very close to it if you're having this conversation, because I think Mike was probably within 30 feet of the cave entrance when you saw him. You approached to get to this conversation with Oscar and Charles. Charles, right? Not Charlie.
Yes, Charles.
Charles. I like it. It's formal. I like that. And I'll say this last thing that you would notice, the tree that Oscar took the poster from, we'll say that that's not too far off. In fact, you can see that colorful pin still attached to the tree, maybe 20 or 30 feet off of the trail.
From Mike's tree or
Mike's.
from Oscar's tree?
Oscar's
Okay.
tree. Poster obviously is missing, but the pin, similar to the one that Quentin had removed the poster from, a similar pin, colorful button at the end, is still embedded into the trunk.
There's a unique pin.
Yeah, it was just like a colorful
we-
little pinhead at the end.
Was it the same kind of pin that was on the one that I took? It was the
Yep.
same, like, kind of like colorful one.
Very
Did we
similar.
see any others that were along the trail, or no?
No, but this is the second one you've seen.
Huh. And the trail continues. It's along the trail, right?
Yeah, I'd say there's a little trail that leads up to the mouth of the cave. That's what you've been traveling on. It's more of like a traversed path rather than a true like paved out or carved out road, but it's, like a walking path that somebody has forged.
Good.
The prints, by the way, the footprints that Boomy you saw, you don't believe they belong to Oscar and Charles.
Can I point those out to? I'm going to point those out to Oscar and mention if he knows what these footprints might be.
Do I?
Your best guess is that other people have maybe come to Nib. You've heard he has a reputation for being, like I said, a master artificer.
Well, I mean, he's not unknown. I'm sure there must be other people visiting him.
I feel like I would start walking towards the cave, but I would also put my feet in the same footprints
Give me 1 second.
to not
Are
like
you-
add anymore.
Yeah, I know you're Azamar, but you're a typical human-sized creature, right? Where you consider yourself to be much larger.
I don't think they're much different than, at least from my
Well,
reading on
no,
them.
I mean, I don't know if you're if you're like I'm 6'8".
No, no.
Yeah, you're like an average height human.
Yeah.
Okay. So then, yeah, I'd say the footprints are comparable to that of yours.
Are you also making your way to Nib?
We are. We're not exactly sure why. We just got to thither. But
Oh,
a
were you
friend
over
of-
hither?
We were over hither, and now we're thither. Who knows if we'll be yon tomorrow?
That was good. Christian, as you approach into the cave entrance, you can see that there's a cozy torchlight that radiates from the inside of the cave in the wooded hillside. I would say that if you want to go in, you're more than welcome to. You can see clearly because of the light inside, but it's a long corridor in.
Since I don't get the sense that this guy is potentially dangerous based on what I was told in Clapperclaw, I might kind of just, I don't want to shout really loud, but maybe say like hello. So I'm assuming it echoes and see if I hear anything.
Roll initiative. Just kidding.
Right. Against Mike.
No, I'm not Bruce.
No. So you shout. You say hello,
Yeah, just hello, hello, hello.
and you hear the echo.
Nothing
But
else.
after the echo, you hear the sound of a grizzled old man, and the voice just kind of retorts. If you're gonna come in already.
Sorry. Okay. I'm gonna turn around and mention to Quentin. I think he's home, and Oscar as well.
Yes,
All right,
I guess
then.
lead on then. Sure.
Yeah, I'll walk in.
All right. Boomy's going on in. Randall, you gonna hang back?
I'm
You're
gonna
wait for
no. I'm gonna
Oscar?
follow. I'm gonna follow.
Okay. And then Oscar and Charles come up in the rear.
Sure.
Nice. Oh, they're after us. I don't know who that was. They're after us.
That's all of Brooklyn.
Okay, that's just
That was
you.
perfect timing.
So you head into the cave, and inside you can see this cozy little living space. You see a wizened old man wearing a blindfold. He's sitting at a spinning wheel. Surrounding him are piles of gold. In fact, it's probably the largest treasure hoard you've ever seen. As he spins, he reaches down and he grasps a handful of coins which transform at his touch into gleaming gold fibers. And he just keeps spinning. Looks like he's right now he's creating some sort of well, you can't tell what he's creating, but he's just starting. It seems that he's grabbing gold and starting to spin it into his weave here. What do you do?
My lord. That is a lot of gold.
Yeah, it's a lot of gold. That's what I've been told. He doesn't look in your direction, but wouldn't matter. He's wearing a blindfold.
What, may I ask, are you making?
Well, I heard you all talking outside, and I figured I'd make something for you.
Oh, that's
Well,
quite
nice of you.
I didn't even bring you like a plant or anything.
This place is way better than the last place.
You see, I've as he continues to spin and pour more gold into thread, I've led a cruel and heartless existence. I've earned these riches by exploiting my tenants, buying up condemned property and renting it out for an exorbitant fee. And again, never looking to you, just continue to pile gold into this spin here. You see, Granny Nightshade, she's helping me make amends. I told her I wanted to put my bad deeds behind me and my ill-gotten gains to good use. She cursed me to dwell forever here, spinning my gold into useful items to anyone that comes my way.
Where did you own property?
Back in Waterdeep.
I was
When
going
you're
to
going to be like Jersey City.
I was going to guess the majestic city of San Francisco.
The city of gold.
I have to ask, and normally I'm not this forward, but are you fucking with us?
Is that how you talk to an old man who's trying
It's
to
how I
just
talk to
better
any man.
others' lives?
Well, this is just about fits the typical fairy tale story. Yes, I mean, Granny Nightshade is the fae that swoops in and punishes the evildoer. I mean, I've read the story 1,000 times.
It's
That's exactly
poetic.
my point. It seems a bit,
On the
Nobody ever
vanilla.
Nobody ever said the fae aren't trite.
I suppose that's fair. I just, I thought it would. It sounded like someone, pulling my
Oh,
leg.
please. Her name is Granny Nightshade. I wouldn't be surprised if she gave someone a poison apples.
Well, that does. Yeah.
Can I ask him if he knows Clapperclaw? We were sent to see you by him. Or by it.
Clapperclaw, the little one. Yes, I know him. I haven't laid my eyes on him, but I know him my voice. It's a young little boy, correct?
Yes, he said he could help us.
Call him a little boy. I mean,
Yeah. He's a little boy, is he not?
you've never like held hands with him or touched his head or shoulder, have you?
No, I haven't done that.
It's all right. I won't
Why,
spoil
sir?
the surprise.
All right.
Who is Clapperclaw?
Oh, he's just a good little chap. He's I actually have no idea where he went. Where did he
Brave
go?
warrior.
He has a balloon though, so I mean, I'm sure he's going places.
It's at this part of the conversation where Nib halts his production of the weave, and then he kind of flinches, looking around again, blindfold still on, and he goes, "Ah! Ah! Get away! Get away!"
Are you all right, Nib?
Ah. Ah. Oh yeah, I'm all right. Yes, I'm all right. I apologize.
I can't tell if you're crazy or if I need true sight. Is there something else in the room?
Give me a perception check.
Would I be able to also get in on that?
Anybody could do it.
Perception?
Sure. Yep.
Alright,
Anybody
'cause I
can do
am very curious, although I have a garbage perception. Yeah,
15?
that's a big old 5.
it. A 5 from Boomy. Sorry, of
I
Quentin.
got a 6 from Boomy.
But Oscar.
15 from
Yeah.
Oscar.
Okay. You can see a gaunt coachman, like looming in the shadows at the back of the cave, and as you spot just this gaunt figure, again dressed in that traditional like a coachman's outfit, he just recedes back into the darkness.
Sorry, a coachman?
Coachman, like a coach driver.
Oh, okay. That was kind of what I was thinking, but I was
Okay.
like, is that right? All right, okay.
And then it vanishes back into the darkness.
I'm going to reach to my pocket and pull out a silver coin, and I'm going to use my magical tinkering to light it up, and I'm going to toss it into the corner where it receded.
You flick the coin that's now basically a light source. You throw it into the corner, and you illuminate the shadowy area. Nothing is there, just more piles of gold all throughout.
Well, that's haunting.
Holy shit, more money? How many
Did you-
people did you rip off in your life?
Too many, but don't touch the coins.
All right, Batman.
Where's Rachel? Actually, I was going for. I don't know if you could tell this. Maybe I'm doing it bad. Maybe I'm doing Christian Bale here, but I was going for Clint Eastwood in Gran Torino.
No, I did.
So, okay.
Immediately, I did initially get Clint Eastwood. It was just there was like one line that you did that really sounded like Batman, and,
Yeah.
once I heard it, I couldn't unhear it.
Okay, good. So I'm not too far off. All right.
No, yeah, you were getting the Clint Eastwood too.
Okay. Good.
So
Mike,
I
you were
will
gonna say something?
Yeah, I'll turn to Quentin and I'll say, well, I don't think my eyes have played tricks on me, but there was almost certainly something in that corner. I don't know if our conversations here are exactly private.
I'm gonna ask Nibs sort of, why do you wear the blindfold?
You're right. We are not alone. I'm haunted by my own words. As long as my ill-gotten gains as long as my ill-gotten gains were put to good use, my bad deeds would remain behind me. But you're seeing some of those apparitions. They lurk behind my back, tormenting me, with pokes to my ribs, whispers in my ear. I can't bear to look them in the eye, not after what I did to them.
I mean, what did you do? Yes, it sounds like you were just like any old other landlord, but did you do something worse?
I ruined people's lives. And as you see now, he's discussing this. The apparitions start to appear one after another. You see a grubby little child peering over Nib's shoulder to watch his weave. Then, just as fast as that one came, it disappears. And then a long-faced woman dabbing at her tears with a handkerchief and a rail-thin waif wearing an eye patch. Quick candles flicker. All the lights here begin to flutter as one apparition after the next comes. He continues to explain the nature of his curse. And he says to you, this is what I've been reduced to. I must make amends for my deeds. And he finishes.
So you do that by sitting in a cave, weaving.
Yes, using the money that I gained to make gifts for those in need. Here, look at this. And you can see he's got this nice weave, this finely spun golden strands. It would probably worth hundreds, if not maybe thousands of gold. Is what
Quite nice what you're making. What's it gonna look like when you're all done?
He out of his like boot, he takes out a pair of knitting needles, and he says, "Well, that depends. What are you in need of?"
Well, I probably need different things than these gentlemen. They're very nice, but
Yeah, I don't think that we can all fit in one coat, you know?
Tell me what you desire.
I'd like to go home, honestly.
It won't be possible here.
Do you have any understanding of how to activate fairy rings, perhaps? That would be great. I could use that.
It's not the activating that's the problem. Granny Nightshade has kept people from leaving this domain. She's looking for many children to toil away in her workshop. She doesn't want them
Did you just
escaping.
Is the good guy here? I'm confused. I thought in this fairy tale it sounded like she was the good guy and you were the villain.
No, it just sounds more like bastards screwing over bastards.
That's fair.
I'm just... Didn't you say that the friend of theirs was a child, right? Clapperclaw?
Yeah, he's not really a child. He's the size of a child and maybe the mind of a child, but he's not actually human. He's actually probably closer to your friend here, Charles.
I've been lost in the Feywild for quite a while, and my first guess wouldn't be that somebody built a little tiny construct. My first guess is somebody was turned into a little tiny construct.
That is also entirely possible. I actually don't know his origins. Bloomy, do you remember? I don't remember him saying really where he was from. He had lost his head, you see, and I don't mean that fallaciously. I mean that literally. He once had a stag head, a bony stag head for his head, and it was taken from him, and so
that's fascinating.
Yes, and then we helped him get it back, and then he had it back. There didn't seem to be much of a change, actually. I'm not really sure what the significance of the head was because nothing happened after he got it. But he was insistent.
No. His voice changed when he got it.
He pretended to make his voice change, Boomy.
Didn't feel like that.
He 100% was like that. But yes, he was not actually human, well, I really don't know what he was. He was like a scarecrow, but had kind of chitinous claws, like a lobster or crab.
Well,
Like to throw teacups and plates at things.
Oh,
Yes, he did.
it sounds like a child to me. Listen,
Yes.
Point. I don't know if there's anything that he can do to help me. Perhaps there's something you want to ask for.
I mean, it seems like what he's offering is less of the I can solve all your problems and more of the here, take this thing. I mean,
Could you make that perhaps into a pair of slippers that I can fit on my feet and then hit my shoes together several times and perhaps talk about wanting to go home?
I may be able to make you something for your feet to keep you warm. Give me
No,
a
that's
moment.
not what I need. I'm all right. No. I don't.
He starts to
I'm not
weave.
looking for a pair of Uggs or anything.
He starts to knit. You can see his knitting skills are far more than just proficient. In fact, clearly, he's using some sort of magic to be able to create a footwear out of this golden spun thread. Mike, after a few moments, you can see that he would say, he'd ask you, though, how big your feet are. So, once you tell him.
definitely smaller than the last character.
Less furry.
I guess he'd give him measurements. I don't know. I'm sure they don't use
Yeah.
American foot
Yeah.
style.
No. You'd tell him the
Numbers.
measurement. Yeah.
A size 12 wide, but 13's for loafers.
He gives you what's the equivalent of golden boots of elven kind.
Right.
There you go. That's cool.
Okay, that's pretty neat. Do you gentlemen want to ask for something?
Well, I guess, yeah, Boomy, is there anything that you're particularly looking for? Also, we have another friend who would be very interested in this, who's off gathering things
Oh,
from
there's
the
another
forest.
one of you.
Technically two, although I feel like a napkin would be suitable for the other, as she is quite small. But yes, we have another friend, Siggy, and another Lemon, a fairy and sprite, respectively.
Yeah, well, while you guys are talking, I guess I'll try on my brand new boots of elven kind.
Yep. They function as boots of elven kind, except they would be considerably more if you were to sell them because of the nature of the gold that they're comprised of.
Maybe I think I would ask him two things after seeing this. I would, feel like he's almost like he's trapped, or he I want to help him from his torments here. Is there any way where we can free you of all this?
Alas, there's no hope for me. I'm going to spend the rest of my days here with my own torment, trying to make amends.
Well, do you have to be tormented while you make amends? I feel like you don't need one to have the other. You can make amends without, being stabbed in the back constantly.
I don't know how to get rid of the apparitions, but if you have any ideas, it would be nice to spin in peace.
Well, you haven't looked at them, you said.
Yeah.
Are you blind under that blindfold, or do you choose to not see?
I can't stand to look at them. They haunt me. I can see just fine.
Well, is there anyone else that lives here?
No, just me.
You see, I don't think that these are apparitions. I think that these are creatures. I'm just spitballing here. I don't know everything about fey creatures or what you've done or what Granny Nightshade can do, but I know that there's a lot of explanations in the fey wild for things, and unlike in places like the material plane, it is more often that it is the less likely answer to be the truth. And I don't think that these are apparitions sent to haunt you. I think these are creatures. We saw many footprints, all aligned outside. Yes, people can walk in the same feet. For some reason, Boomy did. But I don't expect that everyone in thither would somehow know to walk in that set of footprints. I think that there are things here with you, not just apparitions.
If that's the case, then why can't I get rid of them then?
I don't know.
What do you suggest?
Can I do an Arcana check
Sure.
to see if he's actually haunted, or if this is
Sure.
like?
Would me given that thing give him advantage as an assistance?
You mean
Like helping him with it?
how are you helping him?
Well, I was hoping that like me priming it for him of like explaining that I don't think that they are apparitions would be a way of assisting, but if you don't think so, then that's fine.
I don't think so.
Oh, I got
I
a
don't think
16.
you're aiding him, but you are prompting him to make a check, to think about it. So 16?
Mm-hmm.
Your experience with spirits and ghosts are that while they may not be tangible and they could be locked to a certain location, they can be very real if they choose to be. And so if these are ghosts, it's very possible that they're haunting him, and were you to do something to interact with them, they could become very dangerous.
I mean, again, we're in the Feywild. It's just as likely that these are real spirits.
Is
I mean-
I'm just saying that I don't know of stories of ghosts leaving footprints. Also, if they're haunting him,
But
Why would they be leaving?
We just saw 3 or 4 different apparitions appear, or at least I did.
yeah, I saw those. I'm just saying that apparitions that haunt someone don't typically leave the place that they're haunting.
That's true.
Taking turns, I guess. Huh.
See, that doesn't sound like an apparition to me. Just saying. I mean, even if they're
Well,
apparitions,
I'm going to note that, regardless if they're apparitions or not, I do have a very distinct feeling that if you try to interfere, they won't be terribly happy with you. You're more than welcome to try it. If your theory is correct, these are just pranksters, then we might be doing this old bastard your favor. I use that term because, based on the story you've told me, you sound like a real bastard.
Oh, I am.
I'm gonna go to Nib and I'm gonna mention to him how we recently lost someone, and I wasn't able to protect the group as well as I had hoped, and I don't want to have to feel like that again. Maybe he can offer something, or maybe he can make something that could help with that.
Something to help you with the loss, or to protect a friend?
I guess protect my friends better. You know, I
Tactical
wasn't able
Zola.
to. Yeah.
Yeah,
Maybe-
yeah.
maybe-
Well, help
maybe
with
some-
the loss. Here's a stuffed animal. Here's a stuffed animal of a rabbit in boxing gloves.
Maybe something that can protect me more, make me, so I can stand against my enemies better. And
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. He can. He'll start to weave knit again. Excuse me. This time, this is very quick. After maybe a minute or so, he crafts a tiny hourglass of gold. It obviously does not contain any sand or mechanism for telling time. But once it's done, he hands it to you. And he tells you that were you to break this, it would provide you with the extra support that you would need to keep your friends safe. And rules-wise, it's going to function as a blue sapphire elemental gem.
Wow. Yeah, that's actually really good.
also, I'm gonna thank him for his generosity. This will serve us well.
You have friends that need gifts?
Yes. Well, our friends are not here. They're off gathering for us to make sure that we're okay.
Why don't you give a description of your friend to him? Perhaps he can make something.
Well, the I was going to say the little one, but they're actually both quite little.
I think Lemon would like a little figurine of Bobby to hold on to. A gold Bobby figurine.
That is quite sad, but also possibly true.
Sorry, I didn't mean to talk over you.
Our friend Bobby, the one that that Boomy here had mentioned, had recently was recently felled by Bavlorna. It was a great loss, and our friend Lemon, as the sprite, was a long time companion of Bobby and has suffered an even greater loss than we have. So he was a Harengun, a boxer. Quite a strapping chap, actually. Good fellow. Kind of an ass, but, you know, a funny ass. He was reliable when you needed him.
Oscar, what do you think of Bobby?
Well, he sounds like a respectable fellow. I mean, everybody's unique in their own way. Not everybody is agreeable, but still sounds like a good person.
For your friend, the sprite. He continues to knit. This time, it's a small little statuette, golden statuette, of a bunny with boxing gloves. And for purposes of gameplay, it's going to serve as a silver raven, a figurine of wondrous power, silver raven, except it'll be a bunny, it'll be a rabbit instead of a raven for up to 12 hours, like the spell would say.
That's pretty awesome.
So it's not gonna fly, right? It's not gonna be a real raven. It'll be everything about the description of the item as a raven, but for a rabbit.
Thank you. That is lovely. Our other friend, Siggy, she's quite the formidable fairy. Young, far too young to be doing this sort of thing. She's also suffered great loss. She is quite quick with a bow and a blade. She flies. She gets a bit too sticky of fingers, if you know what I mean. And she likes to sneak about.
I think I have just the thing.
If you did mention fly, I would honestly think you were describing your kender.
I think I have just the thing, he says. But be a shame if she's not here and didn't get a gift. Dasha, if you're watching, I'll give you a gift. All right. He's gonna craft gloves of thievery. So just for all those at home, gloves of thievery are going to give a +5 to your dexterity sleight of hand checks and dexterity checks to pick locks.
Yes,
They're
nothing
invisible.
Oh, they're invisible?
They're invisible while worn. It's like the thing I love about gloves of thievery the most. That when you put them on, they like go invisible. Yeah.
I was going to make a comment about wearing gold gloves to be sneaky, but never mind.
They do become invisible, yeah. Yep. It's at this point where he needs more gold, so he starts to take more and build up the spinning wheel again. And for you.
I would say something something that I could use. I use things. I use people. It's how I was raised. What I was
You
taught.
monster.
Yes, it is. It is monstrous in its own way. I try to do it to the benefit of those that are good and my friends and those that I serve, as long as I believe that they are good. But after seeing what happened recently, I don't know if you have anything like this or could make anything like this, but well, our friend that died, it happened very quick, but was right in front of all of us. If there was something that we could have done to stop it, some quick action or something that could have stopped him from bleeding out or protected him from it.
I've heard of such a magic.
I know that asking for something to bring someone back is far beyond a reasonable request, but perhaps stopping death before it's too late would be more reasonable.
I don't know if you're asking me to create a item to keep people alive, but I can do my best.
I don't know, something that maybe, I don't know, if someone was...
How tall are you?
You're looking for a wand to revivify, aren't you?
How tall are you?
No, not revivify. I'm not that... Oh, that's right, you can't see me. I
think I'm 5'10".
Okay.
I think I'm 5'10", yeah. I
Yes,
have
alright.
I don't remember. I have my height somewhere on my roll 20.
That's fine.
not
So
on
you
my-
say 5'10"?
Yeah, 5'10".
He goes, all right, 5'9". Got it. He starts to craft a...
Oh, actually, no, I'm 6 foot. Oh, shit. Never mind. I'm 6 foot.
6 foot. 5'11" it is. And he creates a golden cloak that functions as a cloak of protection.
Nice.
Thank you.
It's the best he could do. He doesn't have anything that... can't make anything like you were requesting. CJ says you wanted a potion. Is that what you want?
No, I wasn't sure. There was one item that I had in mind, but I
potion?
wasn't sure what rarity it was.
A potion of cure wounds? That's what you want?
No, it was the, I think it's like a amulet of wound closure or
okay.
area
Yeah.
of wound closure. It's something like
Yeah.
that.
I think
Like-
it's a periapt. Yeah.
Yeah. It was that was what I was like thinking of in my head,
Yeah.
but I wasn't. I don't know what rarity it is.
Yeah.
But no, I cloak of protection is also very, very nice.
That's what he's going to give you. Everybody got one, right? Everybody got an item?
Thank you.
Okay, good. What'd you get,
believe
Boomy?
so.
You gave me the blue
elemental
sapphire.
Yes, the elemental gem. Mike, you got the elven kind boots. Siggy got the gloves. Lemon got the Bobby statue.
Well, actually, we do have another friend here, Charles.
Charles. Yes, I sensed you there. Tell me, what do you need?
But Charles, Charles is
Well,
a unique fellow. He
No,
doesn't
no,
really.
Well, you see, because you're blind, it's much like that. Charles is mute; he can't talk.
Charles. Charles, come here.
I'm gonna like kind of go a little closer and just hold my finger up to my mouth.
I need
Just-
a stealth or a...
Just like put my hand
Deception.
out, like.
I need something here. Something. There's a check that I need.
Can I do deception?
Yeah, sure. I'll give... no. It's going to be stealth
Perfect.
because he's using his hearing to determine who's coming.
God damn it! So really trying to go for talking it out.
I'm gonna...
That's a 13. That's not too great.
Oh, God. You're going to beat him. He's like not using his sight ever. I'm giving him advantage. I'm giving him advantage because that.
Why does he have an advantage?
He's like he hasn't been using his sight forever. He's basically, he's got to have like daredevil hearing.
That's not how that works.
It is in the Feywild. He touches your hand.
Losing subscribers.
He touches. He touches your hand, and he goes, Charles, very soft hands, very ladylike. Go ahead, Randall. What do you say? Or what do you do? Or Mike?
Well, he's mute. Charles is mute, so he doesn't say anything. What?
Mike?
Charles is a steadfast companion. He often finds himself in the way of danger. Perhaps something to help him with that.
Sure. He'll craft a wand of. Let me see. Hold on. I have a feeling I know exactly what I want to give him.
There aren't a lot of low magic rarity wands.
Yeah, that's okay. Yeah, this will be it right here. Here we go. You're a secretive man, I can tell, Charles. He's still holding your hand, Quentin.
We're getting more Batman now.
Yeah. Yeah. I can tell you're a secretive man, Charles. So take this. It's a wand, again, completely made of gold. It's got like a nice little knob to hold on at the end, and it spirals and twists as it comes to a point. It is a wand of secrets. So you can use this to, detect a secret door, or a trap or something within what is it, 30 feet?
Like that. I just, as he's handing it to me, since he's still holding my hand, I just do that like really creepy thing where like when you like shake somebody's hand and you like stroke the inner of their palm with your finger.
Oh no! Charles, take the wand and get the hell out of here.
I take it, and my hand immediately like drops a foot because it's made of solid gold, and it's probably heavy as shit.
It is. All the items are heavy until you wear them. So,
Until you attune them. My cloak weighs 45 pounds.
So actually, these items they're not going to require attunement. They're made for you. So when you take them off, they just become gold.
So they're made specifically for us, so somebody else can't attune to them?
They're your gifts, exactly.
Interesting. That actually changes what I... Wait, does that mean that the wand is mine?
The wand is... Oh, shoot. Yeah, the wand is yours. Yeah.
I'm just gonna give it to Mike!
The wand is yours now. Yeah.
That's
wand
why I
is
couldn't
yours.
take the cloak, right? And I couldn't type of thing. It would not... If I were to wear the cloak, it would just be gold.
Hold on, the chat is actually really funny. CJ says, we should have gave you a water skin. That would have been good. Stealing from the blind enchanter? Real heroes.
You said I use people!
You did say you use people, yeah.
Listen,
Randall,
I have
the
been
chat now. We're gonna
living.
disable the chat.
disable.
I've been living in the Feywild for 7 years. How do you think I got to being successful? You got to do what you got to do.
Yeah, he's a vagabond. A carpet bagger.
You are basically a vagabond. You are just like this homeless guy that's got a walking robot. That's it.
Yeah. So I got 2 items? Fuck! I wanted Mike to have the wand.
Nope. So you have a wand of secrets and you have your cloak of protection.
So I will back away slowly and go back to my place. And if we wanted to,
allow for one of the others to use one of our items? Is that possible?
Anything's possible.
That wasn't really a yes or a no.
I think I've
We
done
just
my...
have to believe.
You just have to believe, he says.
But also, wait, these are made for us, but you don't know. Siggy and Lemon aren't here, so how are those? Who?
Actually,
How does
you're
that
right.
work?
You're actually right. It probably is who he intends it for, rather than whose hand he touched. So,
But he has no idea who Charles is.
we'll say that we'll just, to make this easy.
So-
He crafted it for Charles. It's Charles's. He crafted
Okay.
it for Siggy and Lemon. Those are theirs. And
So
you
is
get
it going to
yours.
function as an extension of Oscar? So, okay.
It'll be Oscar's, through Charles to use.
He will kind of like hand off the wand to Oscar, to take.
Now, real quick, Quentin, I feel like you would know this because you're a courtier.
Yeah,
You would probably feel obliged to honor the rule of reciprocity here.
that's fair.
Something in return for the gifts.
So he would take. Does Oscar take the wand?
Yeah, Oscar, you can take the one.
Yeah, alright, I'll take the wand.
Okay, so he hands it off, holds his cloak. Look, these are wondrous gifts, and I appreciate them quite a lot. I don't think, while you may be a bastard, or have been a bastard, I don't think that you deserve torment while you pay your recompense. Can you think of anything
Can you
that we
remove
could
these
help you
spirits?
with here?
Can you remove these spirits?
Could try. I've never fought a ghost, though I still don't fully believe that they are ghosts.
Just really quick, what was the wand called again? Wand of what?
Secrets.
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 CJ believes that you can make one because you're an artificer.
We
Maybe
can.
I don't know if I can make one yet. Maybe I can. I'm not sure.
I think it's
We'll
one of the
find out.
replicate items at the lower
No,
level.
I know, but there's like levels that.
But yeah, I don't know
mix
what-
certain things.
Yeah, I don't know what level you can make it at.
Just so
That's
everybody
fair.
knows, when we Christian, you weren't in the campaign, but Mike DM'd our campaign for what, like before pandemic, like 2 years at least, right?
Yeah, about 2 years, I would say.
And then even through the pandemic online, we played for
Another like
8 months, right? Six
yeah,
to 8 months.
yeah. We played
Wow.
close to 3 years.
Yeah, exactly. We had a campaign that went close to 3 years, and CJ, his second character, was an artificer, a beloved artificer that everyone in the party respected.
Uh-huh.
No animosity towards.
He's definitely going to die if that game ever resumes. I
That'd
can't.
be
I
fun.
don't know how many times my character threatened to throw him off a cliff. I genuinely don't remember how many times I made that specific threat. I threatened to kill him in other ways, but I made that specific threat many times.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, I can make a wand of secrets right now.
A-
if I
and-
wanted to.
You can't do it now?
Yeah.
Okay, so good, you have one now.
Oh shit! I can make a bag of holding.
There you go.
Yeah, you can. That's one of the first ones you get.
And you could put it in a bag of holding that you make. CJ said after his first character was also petrified. A lot
Yes.
of similarities right now.
It was a big similarity moment. I was wondering if Mike was doing that on purpose.
I mean,
No.
me. Well, I was doing because I did it after Mike, obviously.
What do you mean?
Little karma.
Oh, you mean Bobby that he turned there?
Yeah, like
Oh,
Mike making a battlesmith artificer after his
Oh, I
character
see.
getting petrified.
I don't know, Mike. Was that your thought process? I don't think so, right?
No.
Okay.
Mike's not petty.
Yeah.
Mike's not petty.
Although
anyway.
he is trying to be a better artificer than Brumder.
That's
Which isn't
easy.
hard as long as you
That's-
just don't take the dodge action constantly.
All right. So you want to give something to Nib, right?
Yes, he would offer to try to help him with this problem, though he doesn't really know where to start. So yeah, he was asking Nib if he had any sort of idea of where to start with these things.
Gotcha. Yeah, he'll say that the creatures that haunt me, if you could help get rid of them, even for a moment, to give me a bit of rest, so I could take this blindfold off. I can't tell you how much that would mean to me.
Look to the rest of them. Well, folks,
Would casting my channel divinity of turn undead do anything? If these are spirits?
Yeah, they're undead. If that's the case, then you could absolutely use it.
Yeah, but I can't see or hear any of them, so I don't think that would work.
Oh no, correct. Not while they're
Yeah.
not around you, but if they were to come around you, then yes, you could. When you see them, I think you have to see them to be able to do it. They have to see your holy symbol or something like that.
Yeah, it just says each undead that can see or hear you within 30 feet.
And hear you. Yeah, okay, within 30 feet. Gotcha. Yep.
That seems to be the only thing I could do that could solve this issue.
It's up to you.
That could at the very least tell us if they are apparitions or not.
Yeah.
Although it would probably, kick things off. I don't think that if they are apparitions, that they're going to particularly like. Well, I don't really know what that is. I'm assuming it's not fun for them, though.
I guess I will offer to try it if we can somehow get them to reappear.
Could we? We're sort of missing our floating archer. I feel like it may be prudent, given that the last time we fought anything, our friend died, to have all of us here.
Well, then go get your friend.
All right.
Great.
Sounds good.
And we'll end it here, guys.
Also, you said when I asked before if it was possible to have one of the others of these of our companions use one of the other person's items. For instance, if I was to use Charles' wand of secrets, I would never do that. I wouldn't even touch it. I would never touch that wand.
No,
never
of course. Charles is very sensitive.
Yes, but I'm just saying, in a hypothetical, would there be a way for Charles to allow me to use that wand, or for me to allow Charles to use my cloak?
I just make the damn items. I have no idea. We'll see, won't we?
For someone of such fine artisanry, I am slightly surprised.
We'll say that. We'll say that. Provided you gift it to the person, like you're okay with it. You're the one allowing them to use it. That it's
so it can't be like looted from your corpse.
Right,
but
if somebody
it
were
can
to
be-
take it, yeah. But if you're there,
Gotcha. Okay.
I mean, I
like
don't want
that.
to. I don't want to make it so restrictive, but yeah, if
No, I
he
like-
made
I
item
like
for you,
that, though.
but yeah, if you're
That makes
giving
sense,
permission,
especially with Fey magic of reciprocity and
Yeah.
stuff.
If you're giving
Okay.
permission to someone and you're near them, you're basically asking them to use it. That's okay. I'll let it work.
Pretty cool. Wouldn't expect the Fae to be so into consent, but I'm into how into it they are.
That's more us, like, you know, gameplay wise.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
Yeah. If you're just like, yeah, here, use my wand, that's fine.
Okay. All right. Well, I guess we'll go get our friend. I hope that they don't haunt you in the meantime.
So we have a couple of options here. Obviously, one of you could roll or use Dasha's character, or I could. That's another option, which I don't mind to do. I could pull up her character right now. Actually, no, I cannot. It's in Roll20, so I could definitely give one of you the option to use it or not. But if you would like to, he knows how to get those ghosts back. He's told you already. If you were
that's
to take the
true.
gold, then it seems to be...
If what?
He told you not to touch the gold before.
Oh, okay. So that's how you. That was what I was trying to get out of
Right.
him, of like how to. Okay.
Well, he alluded to it, but yeah, he'll tell you that it's taking the gold. That's why when he was using the gold to spin on the wheel, they appeared, right?
So
using
when
their
anyone
gold.
touches it, okay.
Yeah. He's using their gold from their life, right? You know that he ruined.
Okay. Okay. Well, I mean, I'm actually quite torn. On one hand, we endanger Siggy. On the other, we endanger all of ourselves by her not being here. How do you feel, Boomy and Oscar? I don't know your confidence levels. I'm typically more confident than I should be, rather than the other way around. I'm just, Bobby died 12 hours ago, so I'm still a bit, feeling that.
Yeah, I feel like I would be almost like looking for our redemption from that. So I would be probably a little bit more eager to try. But I'm okay with waiting for Dasha to be here if you want it.
If we have a combat, that's the way it is. We could play it. We have I'd say half an hour left, right? I wouldn't want to cut the stream too short. I think we've been going for how long here?
What about you, Oscar?
I wish we could help this gentleman, but I'm nervous about.
I don't know
messing
you.
with the gold. I honestly, you all seem like lovely people, and I would love to meet this Siggy, but is there another way we could perhaps help this gentleman?
He has
you could tell
quite
us
a lot
about-
of money.
Everything he's done to us is the least we can do.
This was something set up by Granny Nightshade. Perhaps it's something that could be taken up with her.
True. You said you were cursed by Granny Nightshade.
I was, yes.
What would lift that curse?
Yeah, I don't really understand. I want to make amends.
Oh, what is? I'm
Sure.
gonna pull the thing out of my back pocket. Poster. Do you know who this is?
You can't see.
You're gonna have to read it to me.
That's fair. I wouldn't have done that then, because he's smart enough to not do that.
Yeah. But you could preface it with the paper. Yeah.
And then I'll read Will of the Feywild or whatever.
How dare this ragamuffin defy me?
Yeah.
Bring him to me alive and unharmed, and I'll grant you a loyal servant. He'll respond to that pretty quickly. As I said, many children toil away in Granny Nightshade's workshop, crafting toys. She delivers the creepiest toys to children in other worlds. She
I'm
fills
pretty sure
their
I've
heads.
seen this movie. She's not a skeleton, perhaps, is she?
No, not a skeleton per se, but more
you know where we
terrifying.
Do you know where we could find him? I'm curious now.
Granny Nightshade or Will of the Wild?
Will of the Wild.
I don't know about Will, but he's runs with that group of boys. What's their name?
They lost.
Okay.
Not the Lost Boys, no, the Getaway Gang. That's it. The Getaway Gang.
All right, where are they?
Sounds a lot like Lost Boys.
Not Lost Boys, no. They are Lost Boys, that's for sure.
Well, that's what I mean. Yeah, it sounds like it's just like if there were, for instance, a sort of literary patent on the term Lost Boys that for someone may use the term Getaway Gang as a way to not infringe.
Yeah, they're a group of rascals that escaped from Loomlurch. That's where Granny Nightshade resides. It's to the north of here. In fact, everything's to the north of here.
All right.
Do you want to ask him any
Wait,
more
if-
questions about the Getaway Gang?
Well, are they friendly? Well, it doesn't sound like they're friendly. They're a gang. Are they violent?
Oh, they're a motley crew, that's for sure. The gang is protected by Little Oak.
Little Oak.
Don't be deceived by the name. Before I put on this blindfold, I encountered Little Oak, a massive treant.
Interesting. You had a run-in with a treant. Not but 2 days ago.
Not like this, I'm sure. You would remember Little Oak.
I remember that one too.
What's his name, Little Oak?
No, he was Big Birch.
Okay, how do we find Little Oak?
Little Oak is right by the beaches here and thither, to the northwest.
All right, well, I say we explore this option and see if we can deal with Granny Nightshade. Perhaps that will lift the curse. I'm just really not sure that messing with that gold is going to do anything to bring this poor man relief.
I'll tell you one thing about Granny Nightshade. You don't cross her, all right? I'm an exception. I want this for me. But she'll do the same to you if you cross her. She does have a couple of oddities, though. She's almost like... She has patterns, almost like clockwork. She has this really strange key protruding from her back. You could tell her mood depending on how fast that thing's turning. When she's happy, it'll turn rather quickly. When she's upset, it'll go slowly.
Heard she's a bit forgetful. Have you heard that?
She doesn't forget the important things, that's what I've learned.
I'm all right with. I mean, I'm not going to try to coerce you, Oscar, into doing this with us. But I don't think that we could do it without you.
So, Oscar, you joining the crew here?
Yeah, if you don't mind, that seems. I would love to accompany you.
For what it's worth, Quentin and Boomy, and Siggy for that matter, you'd probably assume that you can get back to the material plane. So, if that's the case, if Oscar's looking to get out, you feel confident, Quentin especially, since you've been in and out of the Feywilds before, that there's methods that you may know that he's not aware of.
Yeah, I'd probably mention that. Like, we're just trying to get home too.
Well, partially. We're trying to get home eventually. We have some things to take care of here first.
Well, if you were to show me the way out, I'd be indebted to you.
If you're willing to come along with us to help us with our errands on the way, we could certainly do that.
Well, you have my expertise at your disposal, then. It is a pleasure to make your acquaintance and to join you on wherever this merry little trip may bring us.
Well, I can say that already this is a better place than where we've been the entire rest of the time we've been here. You are quite pleasant. We got very nice gifts. There are beautiful trees everywhere instead of a stinking, boiling swamp. I am already quite pleased with how things have improved, even if, it did take our friend dying to get here. But, how things go.
I'm going to play this back when Quentin dies.
It's
It's going to be a nice video montage of clips.
Yeah. All right.
So,
So
are
I
we
guess
departing?
how is it that we're going to help our friend here?
Well, I don't
If,
think you want to at this point, right? Maybe another time? Or at least, the very
Sure.
least, you don't want to fight the ghosts right now.
Yeah.
We could wait and see. How far is this getaway gang from here?
Pretty much the opposite end of the domain.
Wonderful. And this path going north, does that lead to Granny Nightshade?
No, you'll see the path kind of ends at the cave entrance. That's kind of it. The path kind of fades into the forests at that point.
Is there a particular route that we could take that would be safer?
Yeah, you definitely want to stay along the river. He would tell you that. Once you get to the river, which is just north of the hills, you'll find there's a nice little lake. That lake seems to be a place where you could find refuge, and the river that runs along it will take you north to all of the locations he's discussed. If you stay away from the river, though, the forests are pretty thick. It gets pretty dark in some of the shaded areas. You got to be careful. You don't know what you could find in there. Plenty of other creatures that are not so nice as Nib.
Right. But well, I believe our friends are planning to meet us here, so we at least need to wait for them to get to us.
Yeah.
And then I suppose we could shove off.
All right, that sounds good. I think this is probably where we'll stop then, rather than leaving the cave, because then the way Dasha and, Lemon is an NPC, but Dasha could come back. And,
No, Lemon needs to meet Nib.
She'll meet him. Okay, so we'll pause here. Nib's Cave. Actually, there might have been a better appropriate title, Nib's Cave. Maybe I'll change the title when I go in and do the timestamps. But yeah, that's the end of our episode for episode 16 of Wild Beyond the Witchlight. Thank you for watching at home. I'm really excited to see how Siggy and Oscar get along. It already seems like Oscar and Quentin are like two peas in a pod. Wouldn't you say, Christian?
Yeah, it's a very different dynamic. It's quite funny how quickly they became almost like friends.
Yeah.
We've got manners. Yeah.
That's really all it takes. That's all it took. If Bobby just had manners,
Manners make it man. Come on.
maybe he'd still be with us.
Maybe. But probably.
Probably. Well, Mike, I'm excited. And I think I said to everybody off the screen here, I've decided to go the D&D Beyond route with all of our characters. Mike, Randall, and Christian have completed their characters, I'm going to be posting links to their character sheets. And that's going to be for all my ongoing campaigns. We did it for Keep on the Borderlands, this one as well. I'm going to do it for Supernatural 20 eventually, as soon as we get that back on track. But I want to do the character sheets because I think it's really cool for people to be able to see them. If you want to see what Quentin's spells are, or Boomy's awesome ability scores, or Oscar's terrible ability scores, you get to see it all, and that's kind of a cool little interaction with us. Don't forget, you can also interact with us on Discord. Discord link is down below. You can also like Tabletop Bob on social media. I have an Instagram and Facebook that you can follow. I do post updates there quite regularly, as well as the YouTube community tab. Again, like and subscribe to the channel. Follow on Twitch. You can subscribe there as well. That's it. I think we'll see what happens next week when Siggy joins the group back. Sounds good?
Good. Sounds good.
Alrighty. All right, buddy.
Wait.
Have a wonderful night. We'll see you on the tabletop.
Yeah, everybody.
Good night, everybody.
Bye, everyone. Thanks for watching.
Thank you. Good night.